Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, and this time reviewing on Hey Arnold the Movie. Now, I think we all know what Hey Arnold the Movie was. It was meant to be a 2002 adventure comedy film, and was meant to be based on the TV show Hey Arnold, that was written and created by Greg Berlanti. Now, the premise of the film is about Arnold, Gerald, mainly Bavarian, their friends, basically their neighbours and everything else, to go against Shek, who is the CEO of his big company, and has plans to kind of redevelop the entire neighbourhood into a big shopping mall. And of course this causes Arnold and Gerald to kind of form with the other people of the neighbourhood, people who own businesses, and so on, to go against Shek. And of course you mainly have Helga, who does kind of play a crucial part in helping Arnold out. And of course does go against her father, Big Bob, who has plans to work with Shek to open a big beeper emporium. Which of course he later finds out from Shek's henchman Nick that there is more truths about it. And of course we do technically see at the opening what makes it work is that you basically get a glimpse of the city, areas that we've been through in the show, and so on. And of course you basically do see when the kids are looking on, seeing the neighborhood get destroyed, it's like us as a kid seeing how things are being moved on, and so on. And of course, after a few mishaps, Arnold finds out there is a document about a certain incident that took place in the neighborhood, which has Arnold and Gerald going on an all-out mission to get the document, and of course going to stop Shek no matter the cost. Now, like I said, this is meant to take place during the 5th and final season, and was originally meant to be a TV movie. I think the problem with it being a movie, it does feel a bit lackluster. Yeah, it's basically was going to be a TV movie, which explains the script, and why it just feels extremely rushed. And there are moments where characters are sort of thrown in. For example, when you've got a new character, Bridget, who's kind of the head of a spy organisation, I kind of felt you could have had her mostly as this teenage kind of Harriet the Spy character. It would have been interesting for her to technically be kind of like, you know, having all these gadgets and gizmos and be kind of like Kinsey from St. Rose and that. And it could have really have been an interesting character to have as a third member. And I feel Shek being the villain definitely works, as Shek is meant to have one step closer to each game, and he does act cool and collect, but when you really push his buttons, he shows what his true nature is: aggressive, temperamental, and so on. And I do feel like the film focusing on Gerald and Arnold makes sense, as Arnold's meant to look on the bright side of life, while Gerald tries to be a bit realistic. I think they still could have had them, but have the other kids like Rhonda, Stinky, and Harold and that all play a crucial role in helping Arnold out, given the fact this is their neighbourhood, and they wouldn't want to see it being taken from them. And I know Greg Berlanti did confirm some things about the movie, like Susie and Oscar getting divorced, also Big Bob having his hair dyed brown as he was going through a midlife crisis, and so on. Now, I know this is meant to also take place during the 5th and final season. I felt they still could have had it as a three-parter, and I felt the season final could have still had the journal, but have it that, you know, Arnold unpacking everything and then finding his parents' journal. It could have been so much better. And I know originally there was meant to be another film called Hey Arnold the Jungle Movie that eventually got a made-for-TV release back in November the 24th, 2017. And I know there was also a game for it on the Game Boy Advance that I know certain YouTubers have put up as walkthroughs. And I also know with Hey Arnold the movie that it was also directed by Turk Tucker, who also worked on the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, which I think he did better with as it gave that true season final, while this was more of a TV special. And I kind of feel like when Arnold basically goes to other people's businesses, their memories, their life, it's like us seeing where people's been through and what they've gone through. So I think to me, Hey Arnold the movie saved itself, but I think it just felt a bit lacking. There is still some remarkable voice talents, like famous guest stars like Christopher Lloyd, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and so on. So I think the movie deserves a thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, but really just could have been better as a TV movie. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.